Hi there, I'm Catherine Milne. I'm the head of fiction at HarperCollins.
And I'm Roberta Ivers. I'm a fiction publisher.
And we're here to give you the inside skinny on submitting your manuscript for the Banjo Prize this year.
But first, well done. You've taken the first step, which is just fantastic. All you've got to do now is send us your manuscript, fill out the details and press send. We really can't wait to see what you're sending us.
So, getting back to the inside skinny. This year, for the first time, we want you to submit your manuscript with both a synopsis and a pitch. And we want to give you the lowdown on what those two things are, because a synopsis and a pitch are two very different beasts, and you want to get it right. Let's talk about the synopsis first. Now, this is like a map of your manuscript. It gives us all the inside information. It gives us the plot. It tells us who the characters are. It gives us all the spoilers. We want to know in the synopsis if a character has died or if they get married at the end. We want to know all of these things. It also needs to tell us, briefly and concisely, any important themes or symbolism, anything that will help and assist us in our reading of the manuscript. It should be about 500 to 800 words. We don't need a blow-by-blow chapter breakdown. We just need to know where it's set and what happens, who the characters are. That's what a synopsis is.
Now, there's just one really important thing to remember about the synopsis, and that is that it's not the first thing we read. In fact, we don't use the synopsis at the beginning at all. We use it to remind us about the story once we've read your manuscript. And the pitch is very different though. The pitch is the first thing we're going to read about your manuscript. The pitch is what you use to sell your story to us.
Think of it like this. You've stepped into a lift with Bert here and you say, "I'm a writer." And she says, "What's your novel about?" And you say, "That's your pitch." You've got to make it succinct, you've got to make it snappy, and you've got to leave us wanting more. It is that element of anticipation that will make us want to pick up and read your manuscript. Have you got an example of a good pitch?
I've got a great example of a pitch, and in fact this came from Michelle Upton, who was shortlisted in last year's 2021's Banjo Prize. Her novel, The Terms of Inheritance, is about a mother who insists that all her daughters fulfill certain tasks before they can inherit her vast estate. So here's the pitch, which I think is just brilliant. 4 daughters, a vast fortune, and a mother who thinks she knows best. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Bam!
Bam!
And you got it.
Absolutely, I'm in. And if I wasn't in, I would have FOMO. There'd be fear of missing out with this one. That one just pulled me in straight away. So it's just brilliant. So think about the pitch. You really actually do have to think about it because we want you to compress it into only 2 or 3 sentences. So every single word counts.
And another really good way of thinking about your pitch is to use comparison authors. Make it as realistic, not wish fulfillment, but to make it realistic so that you can say, this is a little bit Leanne Moriarty, a little bit Sally Hepworth, or it's got the dreaminess of Holly Ringland with the humour of, who knows?
Marion Keyes.
Marion Keyes. That is also a great way. The mashup, that's what we call it, is a great way of pitching a novel as well.
And something else to think about too is tell us what kind of story it is. Is it charming? Is it funny and uplifting? Or is it moody and dark? Is it a psychological thriller? Is it a poignant and funny romantic comedy? We really want to know as much as we can, but in as short and compressed and pithy and punchy words as you can, description as you can in that pitch.
And another way to do it or to think about it is to look at some of your favourite novels. Look at the blurb on the back. Look at the headline statement on top of the blurb. And you will then see variations of the pitch, what we've just told you about. That 40 to 80 word intro which makes you go, oh, you know what, I'd really like to read that.